Regal Movie Masters. Unlimited.
This is the Regal Movie Masters Unlimited podcast, where we indiscriminately watch every goddamn movie that comes out at the local theater. This time around, we got a double-header. This is the bro ep. We got Black Adam, a comic book film, and Terrifier 2, a little Shocktober spooktacular. Before we get into that, though, let me introduce our movie masters today. We got Justine.
Hello.
Brent.
Still just a rat in a cage.
And Dylan.
Finally!
Who's saying who's finally?
The Rock.
Oh, okay. This is wrestling. You guys are going to have to put me onto this. I've just been introduced to this guy.
So Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Go on.
was a wrestler. He went as The Rock.
What do you mean wrestling? Just like...
Professional.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he got paid
Like
for it.
an Olympian?
No, well, maybe. He played football, I guess, too, at some point. But he was a professional wrestler.
How many fans did he have?
Millions.
And millions!
So he stars in the first film we're going to be talking about today, Black Adam, a DC Universe film directed by Warner Brothers / Discovery. Black Adam is the story of a Shazam man who has been...
Basically Shazam.
It's Shazam.
Yeah, because he has the power. We'll get into the lore.
Yeah, so what's his land called?
Kandak.
Kandak. Okay. Comes out of Kandak. It's been sealed in a tomb. Someone unleashes him, like in that Gorillaz song, when finally someone lets him out of his cage. He says that when he comes back. And hijinks ensue because the Justice Society doesn't like that. The Justice Society has 4 people in it.
They exist.
Sure. All of a sudden. Look,
Wait, Colin, who is the Justice Society?
glad
It
you-
doesn't matter who the Justice Society is.
Damn.
This is some fucking... All their goddamn wrestling kids. It's going to have to be...
They're just lost.
Yeah, exactly. I know People's Champ. I know Smell with the Rock. The People's Elbow.
Yes, there's
Okay.
people's eyebrow.
Okay, and then you Smell what the Rock's cooking.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
Do you know about pie? Do you like pie?
Pot.
I don't know what this is. What's the pie thing?
The Rock likes pie.
Okay, that's a whole fucking thing.
Poutine
it.
pie, bro.
Oh yeah, god damn it.
Get it?
All right, so I'm gonna rock here. Sit back.
It's a-
I feel like there have been 3 great eras of comic book films
Okay.
thus far.
Okay.
yeah.
BC, that's like where your Superman movies come in, your Batman, your Punisher, starring Dolph Lundgren. You could expand that into like your Wonder Woman TV show, Batman TV show, Hulk TV show. But in my view, in my opinion, X-Men in 2000, Spider-Man in 2001. Those movies, I think, brought comic book movies into this century, kind of showed how profitable they could be, utilized all the tech, and I think that's an era unto itself. And then I think that goes until 2008. That's when The Dark Knight comes out and Iron Man comes out. Iron Man sort of starting the MCU and showing, I guess, tonally a new standard in comic book movies, and Dark Knight sort of showing how they could be like real movies. In that interim, though, 2000, let's say, to 2008, there was so much wacky bullshit just thrown at the fucking wall to see if it would stick. We're talking like the Fantastic Four 1 and 2, Hulk 1 and 2, fucking amazing shit. Hellboy, which is probably better than most movies that have come out, even if you include like the post Dark Knight stuff.
It's aged well versus some of the other stuff that was coming out.
Fucking
around that era.
Ghost Rider, like
Oh, yeah.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen 300.
Oh, man.
I'm saying all of these movies because as I'm watching Black Adam, directed by Warner Brothers / Discovery, and starring Dwayne Rock Johnson, I was only thinking of that era. I was like, this is so like some shit you would rent off of Redbox and watch, and it like skips halfway through. That, by the way, was the era that I really fell in love with comic book movies. Like,
Okay.
I was so dialed into that shit. I was there for fucking Batman and Robin and like Spawn and like all that goofy shit that came out. So when I saw like X-Men, the way it was shot, like paneled off, shot as if it was a comic book, that movie still blows my fucking mind. I love that movie and just got me sucked in. And I watched every fucking movie that came out that was like a comic book movie, good, bad, and different. I was fucking there. Wolverine Origins. Someone asked me how that movie was once. I was like, it was great. It has Wolverine, and he fucking is on a motorcycle, and he pops a wheelie, and he claws a guy. It's fucking awesome. It was an exciting time. I have a lot of respect for like the MCU and like the franchisification. There's good and bad that comes from it, but there was some wacky ass shit coming out in those that period.
Green Lantern.
Fucking Green God.
Oh, yeah.
Green Lantern might have, if it came out after 2008, it's still
One of those movies.
yeah, exactly. And I'm sure maybe even Wolverine Origins or some of those were after that, but that weird fucking era of comic book movies, I have a certain nostalgia for, and Black Adam checks those fucking boxes.
You know what it reminded me of? I was like, I'm kind of bored and there's a lot of stuff happening. What does this remind me of? And it took me a minute. Is the G.I. Joe movie.
Oh, those movies fucking rock. Yeah,
Snake Eyes rocks.
No,
All
all
of them?
GI Joe movies fucking those GI Joe movies are so fucking good. You TBS on a Saturday afternoon, bro. Life is good. Like this is a bad movie, I'll say. I just enjoyed the simplicity of seeing like strong men just punching each other and that being the only redeemable quality. Some of the worst fucking dialogue I've ever heard.
Oh
in
my
goddamn
god!
life.
And they just repeat it over and over.
I've said about these movies, like when they're overly complicated, which we've seen a lot of, and they get focused on the family dramas and just all this shit. I'm like, I just want to see a good guy punch a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think towards the end of this movie, when they literally tear the devil in half,
That was sick.
I'm like, this is what I'm talking about.
That was sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get much more good guy versus bad guy. Like a fucking Striper record cover.
With the pentagram on the chest.
You would throw shade at these movies by being like, oh, it's like a fucking PlayStation fight. But PlayStation graphics now look better than that
I had
shit.
that thought too. There was a point in the movie, and Justine, you might back me on this. I was watching it, and I was like, I'd rather be playing a video game.
Yeah.
I feel like it would just be a more fun experience than this.
There's so many fight scenes
Yeah.
that you can't see.
But that's the
it's
only
just like a
fun
bunch
part.
of like cut to this, cut to that. What's happening? He punched some guy really far.
Like Marvel killed those sight gags where like a character would go flying across
Right.
miles. Yeah.
And they do that so much.
They do it.
During the fight scenes, I felt they did a competent job of making it look like comic book panels. You know, like especially like with the punches and the
yes.
angles. Like they definitely got those angles down, and they would even like kind of zoom in on some of the action. I think that might have scratched a little bit of an itch for you.
Yeah, I was. It's fun. It's fine. But speaking of comic books, so the source material here, as much as we like Dwayne Rockman, we got fucking Hawkman, which I'm juiced on. I don't give a shit. We got Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher,
Yeah.
ATOM, not to be confused with ADAM. I think they just like, isn't that kind of weird? Fuck it, and just went with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cyclone, who has what do they call it? Aerokinesis. That is so like when
Did
they're
they say that?
They
Yeah.
just have like fucking conversations about their powers, and it is the most jargony gobbledygook. And I'm a little just like wide smile across my face. A scientist injected me with a serum, and now I have aerokinesis. I'm like, this is so.
I have
good.
nanobots in it. Yeah, it's just like,
nanotechnology.
yeah.
Half the dialogue was info dump. Except why does Hawkman have an estate?
Quietly, my favorite part of the movie is when they go to different locations and they show the name of the location at the bottom. And I saw the words Hawkman's estate, and I was fucking done. I was like, I'm in on this movie now. They just said
I did notice. Yeah, your tone changed
the
when that
silliest
happened.
fucking words you could possibly put together.
The hangar for like their ship.
Yeah.
That's
The whole
such a-
yard gets ripped up.
Yeah, it's like X-Men.
In cartoons, they call it like toyifying. Like you draw something up, it's like, yeah, can you toyify it? Because we want this fucking
Yeah, you can
move
easily
some units,
put
you know?
hinges.
That jet plane seeing like the tip of the dick split off of it and become like a solo
And
thing.
be able to
It's like,
reconnect.
This is toyifying. Fucking all the accessories for Hawkman and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's how you toyify a fucking character.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm not anti-toyifying. I think in a way it sort of forces you to make well-designed stuff or just silly shit like a fucking jet that splits up. I know we're, again, post-Dark Knight, post-Oscar talk, post-fucking the idea of comic books being like big business, serious shit. These are like little kiddie stories for children.
For sure.
Bro, the amount of times they say the Council of Wizards, I could, like, they played it with such a fucking straight face. That's Adam, the
Yes.
Council of Wizards thought you were not worthy.
Okay.
But despite what the Council of Wizards says, you are the liberator of...
Like I imagine whatever toys get issued for this movie are they going to be articulated. There's going to be a lot of detail. They're going to look really cool. They're going to be worth nothing while McDonald's just pumps out some like non-articulate toys and some
Yeah.
Happy Meals that are going for thousands
you
of
got
dollars.
the Fry
you know?
Guys
Yeah.
or whatever. One thing I will say about this film, and it needs to be addressed, is since I'm bringing up that like 2000s era comic book movies, one of the real blights on that period is what they call shame of source material. That's why you get like the X-Men in all black leather suits, and you don't really get a lot of comic accurate costumes. Dr. Fate looks like Dr. Fate, Black Adam looks like Black Adam. They all wear their shit.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ashamed of their source material in this. They seem to be embracing it for better or worse.
They also happen to just have cool costumes, though.
Yeah. Well, what? Like Wolverine doesn't? You have to put him in.
He's wearing yellow.
Yeah, it's fucking badass. Anyway, so I just wanted to give them their propers on that.
Yeah.
I'm looking squarely at Justine on this one because you've read more Dr. Fate comics than anyone else in this room put together, and you've read more Dr. Fate comics than almost anyone should, I guess. How did you like the on-screen debut?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because it's not like the helmet. There's like an entity behind the
Right.
helmet that he struggles with and talks to, And when they merge, basically, they're like this godlike character. He wouldn't need anybody else, Like, he
Right.
could just do this himself.
Yeah, his reality bending.
Yeah, and so they just have him do like the weird mirrory, like Doctor Strange thing. But it does what?
Right.
He like moves people from place to place. He mirages the rock or something.
He does what needs to be done to have the movie go forward.
Yeah, exactly. He's a
Yeah.
little bit like Captain Marvel.
Right.
It's just like
Power
you can't
level,
have him in here.
whatever we need.
I guess they were trying to say something about magic by bringing him in there because they were like, well, if you're going to fight magic, you need a magic person. It's like, okay, but...
Yeah, were you going to bring in Zatanna? Or what else you got?
Wow, good
Yeah.
pull.
But I just heard that her movie got canceled too.
She had they
Really?
made a fucking Zatanna movie?
No, they were gonna be. It was like they were gonna be making the movie, and then they were
Okay.
like, "Never mind." I don't know,
No,
but I'm
deep-
saying there's like lower level magic users that
Yeah.
you could have brought in, and that was not one of them.
Yeah, Dr. Fate and the Spectre are way too fucking
Yeah.
big for
And like
ground level
those
fights.
two are the only two. Well, maybe like the Phantom Stranger, but those two butt heads because they're the only two who can.
Yeah. But I guess no one really knows about this stuff
Yeah,
in
no,
reality, so
just
you could just sub them
doesn't
in.
matter.
God, I fucking like this movie. They just hit the ground running, like no fucking explanation. Like, we have to introduce Hawkman on the streaming service and have you download that to get to this point. This shit is just like up and running. Here
Yeah.
you go.
It's like narrated for 10 minutes in the very beginning
It's my
to
favorite.
set this up.
That's my favorite DCEU like trope. Every fucking like time they do like an intro for a new person.
All right, so let's talk about Steppenwolf.
Yeah, exactly. I love it so much. Wonder Woman was a little girl and she had to grow up. It's like, yes, give me that. Give me this for Black Adam. I want to know.
Guys, Tet Adam.
You guys ever look up Hawkman shit? It is
Hell no.
Bro, look up a Hawkman Wikipedia and just fucking break out some tea and biscuits and have a long sit because it gets so convoluted.
Yeah. Convoluted,
It's insane.
complicated.
Okay.
There's a hot girl.
Yeah. And
Oh,
there's
that's
like-
right. You had the DC app, so you probably
Yeah.
got to go.
I read whatever they had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's pre and post crisis Hawkman
Right.
stuff. So like
Yeah.
they were aliens and then they weren't. I don't know what the last big event was like.
The rebirths.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know what the fuck they did
Yeah, I
with
haven't
it
even
post
read
that.
those.
I mean, admittedly, I'm out of the loop with a lot of this shit. But like, I just wanted to see the toy I played with as a kid on the screen.
You know what? He looked ridiculous in his helmet.
Right.
Like always like a little cross-eyed
Yeah.
and like had to make his eyes really big so you could see him so he just looked crazy.
And they have him do a lot of like wide-eyed, like "oh my
Yeah,
god" kind of
exactly.
shots. So it just looks even more absurd.
And he's the only one who doesn't get to hide behind CG like for his face.
Yeah.
I really hate when they do stuff like this, which is what they did with Dr. Fate, where it's just a helmet.
And you have to take it off to talk.
Yeah, he takes it off, and then it's like, we paid for this guy. You're gonna see his face.
This is Pierce
occasionally."
Brosnan.
Yeah.
This is a premium actor.
And then they
Yeah.
don't show the Atom Smasher. He has
Yeah.
the Deadpool face thing going on. and then the girl is she's
Just a
there, but
smear
like,
of
yeah, it's
CG.
like here's her face, and then we just smeared some like watercolor around her.
Yeah.
We don't know what she's doing at any point.
Aerokinesis.
Yeah, she's
she fucking
tornadoing.
said.
But she's
Nanobots.
not.
She's the red tornado.
Scientist filled her.
She's a
did
red
some bad
tornado,
stuff
bro.
to her.
No,
Yeah.
but it says her name, and then it says red tornado underneath it.
Ooh,
There's some DC lore. We're weak on this.
Well,
we have to do
I'm
our.
saying she was not very useful. I would have been pretty mad if I was Amanda Waller. Like if she knew who was going out there for real.
I'm sorry to spoil. I really liked Amanda Waller at the end, where she just goes Black Adam.
Yeah. After they just showed you the title.
Decided that was his name.
Because they don't call him Black Adam the whole time, and then he's like, "Oh, what nickname do you want?" And then he smirks. Credits for 5 seconds. Black Adam. It's me, Amanda Waller.
Don't go away from there. I might if I feel like it. Well, we'll see then.
I wouldn't be surprised if the original draft was that old quote, send anybody you want, just don't send anybody you want back, Like, and let me say this, as our resident bald guy, why does every bald actor needs to be portrayed as badass on
Yeah.
screen?
It's
I'm
because of
so
The Rock,
tired
I
of it.
think.
Yeah, it's just The Rock.
Vin Diesel,
He did
his
it.
little tiny ass. Have you heard his real voice?
Yeah, he's all like, "It's me."
It's me, Vin Diesel.
No, but
He's like, what, Dylan?
I'm just gonna. I'll
It's
say
me.
this too.
he should have been Mario.
If I'm fucking
What?
if I'm Vin Diesel or I'm fucking Amanda Waller or Vin Diesel for that matter, and I see fucking Black Adam tear the devil in half, I'm gonna be like, hey, we could use your help. Can we call you if we need you?
Because she
tore the fucking devil, dude.
I
That
know.
movie.
It's because they
rules.
have aliens on their sides, bro.
He wasn't the devil.
Yeah, he was a demon.
That was so
He was
cool.
imbued with demon powers.
They went to
Yes.
hell for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I know, and just little devils started showing up. Hey,
Oh, the voice. When he came up to the service and his voice
you
is just
couldn't hear
unintelligible.
him.
It's just like,
no, I like
Demon
that.
voice.
That's what a demon would sound like, right? Black Adam, I'm gonna fucking kill you, man.
Like South Park style. Hey guys,
Hey, Satan! What's it on?
Saddam, I banish you back to hell. All right, but no anal after this. Saddam, not now.
That was literally the.
I gotta fight Black Adam. There was also when they show that prison, it said location unknown
Yeah.
underneath it. Fuck you, Bob, saying it.
Yeah, you don't need to tell us. I thought they were gonna be going to Atlantis. When they went in
no.
the water.
No,
Can't talk about that.
no.
Oh, but he is gonna punch Aquaman posters and slash the Flash.
God, that was so fucking
and-
cool.
Well-
Fuck them. I'm the anti-hero, bitch.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
Yes.
like the fist goes through the Superman
Yes.
logo, and then Superman shows up.
I was
Like,
so
come on,
stoked.
man.
for those of you who don't know, The Rock is signed to Under Armour, and there's a Under Armour Black Adam capsule collection for you real enthusiasts who want.
Oh, that's what you're wearing.
Yeah, head to toe. You didn't notice? I got the.
Oh, I
shoes.
noticed.
I just
Yeah,
didn't
the
know because
shoes.
I'm not a streetwear.
I just don't know why you cut your hoodie to be
Well, fun
sleeveless.
fact: it actually comes sleeveless.
Oh.
And this,
Let me see the back.
Oh, well, the back. I'll look in the mirror and read it to you. It says, "The hierarchy of power in the DC universe has changed."
It's beautiful.
There's fucking merchandise right now you can buy that. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe has changed. And on the back of the hoodie, because it's sleeveless, the in the DC universe has to be really small.
Well, it's because he says that in the movie.
Well,
That
I
was at
guess
the end when he's talking
the
to Amanda
hierarchy
Waller.
of power in the DC universe has changed.
It's the new with great power comes great responsibility, if you ask me.
Yeah, very quotable.
Yeah.
Very memorable.
Just put it on merch.
And that's why Amanda Waller was so pissed. He was like, all right, you want to say that? Well, here's, S-Man. I'm not gonna
Really
say-
pissed me off that all the tattoo shops are closed right now because
Did
I
you
would have
get
just
the hierarchy
I would
of
have gone
power
straight in.
and
I feel like
On my
I would
forearm.
have used your sleeveless hoodie as a reference. Dylan, you're a music guy. What do you think
Yes.
of that soundtrack?
Well, it opened up great. Opened up with The World is a Vampire by the Smashing
Bullet
Pumpkins.
with butterfly wings. Yeah.
Yes, and I was like, all right. I was like, the first thing that came to mind was like, oh fuck, they're trying to do another something's in the way. There's no fucking way they're gonna do this right now. I was like, all right, okay, we're in the 90s.
What do they hit him with when the helicopter shows up?
Paint it black.
Yeah,
by
paint it- yeah.
the
Anytime you have a
Rolling
helicopter-
Stones. Oh, because he's Black Adam. I just got that.
You didn't get that?
I just got that. I got that.
Yeah,
Oh,
every,
I thought it was going to jail. Like, I was like,
every
shut the fuck
single
up.
music selection was just way too on the nose.
That's got to be expensive.
Speaking of wrestling, they just licensed a song to MJF and AEW, Sympathy for the Devil. And when interviewed about it, Tony Khan, the owner, said, no, it's actually extremely affordable, more so than anything else we've ever tried to license.
That's weird. I guess I don't know. What do I know about this shit? To this movie's credit, I'm saying this is like a pro. This was such a like product. Snyder,
Yeah.
that guy's shit's messy, bro. Like that is there are takes. It's alienating to people. This movie, I think, is such a like 6.5 out of 10, just pushed through the fucking grinder of, global action films, international appeal, that it's smooth, I don't think it went through a lot of rewrites.
It
Like
does seem like a vision.
here, like, yeah, we are making a Big Mac here. Like here's what goes into a Big Mac.
Good point.
Like product. I fucking I had a good time during this. I can't be mad at it. Yeah, I don't know that I'll watch it again.
No, it's
Or
pretty
often.
boring.
Yeah.
It is, but
I
there's
want to take a nap. I'm
but
going
I
to be
want
honest.
to. This kind of brings me back to the visuals and stuff. I think when things look really good, it's daunting to the eyes. Like it really, it's like caloric. Like imagine, take your pick of like director that can do really lush, mise en scène. Like have everything set up right and it looks nice. You have to pay attention to the frames and
Oh, good
interior
movie.
design
Oh,
stuff.
I don't think those are called good movies, right?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
That like takes a lot of calories burned on the eyes to look at
Yeah.
nice looking stuff and process it. I think when there's just that smear of CG, like it is literally like bland. You're not really bogged down with the details because they could do good CG and they could do like less CG because it's such a processed assembly line production with these budgets and markets in mind. Like I really think it's intentional that they look so bad.
That to me is like Hallmark DC stuff. It's like there is so much just lightning going on that you don't even know what's happening and you don't care.
Well, they took some cues from Star Wars so that you could kind of tell what was going on. They made sure that Adam's lightning was blue and that the Satan dude's lightning was red.
Yeah.
And then they also made sure to have Pierce Brosnan die exactly like Obi-Wan Kenobi in sacrifice
And he
to the Dark Lord.
disintegrates.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all intentional. I think maybe even the atrocious dialogue and stuff.
Like the tone of the films of the DC movies that are like the recent ones is pretty consistent in that it's boring and the dialogue is bad and then there's just a bunch of stuff on screen that you can't tell what's happening. You can't understand what people are saying sometimes.
Yep.
And there's like 17 big fights.
Right.
Like you think at the end, you think that, okay, here's a big fight. Nope, some more. Oh, somebody leveled up and now there's another fight.
I will say at any point in the movie, I was going, there could be 3 more hours of this.
Right, or
given how
ends
these
now.
Or
Yeah,
ends now, yeah.
exactly.
No,
There was a
it's not
point,
now.
there was a point in the movie where it's like, you could end it right here.
Yeah.
And I just thought to myself, oh, I'm just going to get comfortable.
But at the same time, there was the Batman, there was the second Suicide Squad movie, there was the Joker. All movies that have like a heavy dose of auteurship that are
Yeah, but they're not
and
part of the like.
They are
The Suicide Squad is.
fully.
Okay, yeah, but the first
Batman
one
is
that
the
was
first Suicide Squad
proto
is
that.
atrocious, but the second one was very much so.
Yeah, and nobody cared.
They
it was
should have
good.
though. I love that fucking.
Nobody
movie.
cared.
And that one also, I feel, and it's like with the Peacemaker show, it's its own thing.
This.
So you're telling me we can have John Cena show up in a rock movie and they didn't do that?
How would you throw Peacemaker in there?
Does it
Just
matter?
shooting
It's DC.
Like
Amanda
everyone
Waller
else.
sends some guy.
Yeah, I don't think they'd
sends
fight,
him.
but they'd like meet in the hallway on their way
guess
to
that's
have
true.
Amanda Waller meetings.
So what
Yeah,
are you,
later.
some kind of peacemaker? Your sense of humor is very black, Adam.
Okay.
Peacemaker is so fucking good.
Really
Anyways,
good.
Here's my 2 standout
okay,
CG
yeah,
parts.
I shine some fucking sunshine on this movie.
Obviously,
Wrap it
when he says Shazam and he's like Skinny Rock and like his face, it's like my favorite.
Benjamin Patterson was skinny Tet Adam.
Yeah, and then they put his face over him
Yeah.
when they had to show his face. I would say Skinny Rock is my favorite CGI
Right.
moment. My second CGI moment is when he has to catch that bullet from hitting that little kid. And like he is just full CG Rock. He's not even like it's just his likeness all of a sudden.
Scorpion King Rock.
Yeah, like he was just CG. It was the whole body was CG, and it just broke through the gates or whatever, like the railing. And I was like, "Whoa!" They just said, "Fuck it, here you go." Like they didn't even finalize it. They just do the testing on the fucking screen, bro. I was so happy. I got so stoked. I don't know. It's like a blink you missed it kind of moment, but it was so awesome.
I like this movie. I think you loved this movie.
Dude, I was fucking crying. You saw me cry.
Like, yeah, just by the way, by the order that we sat in, I just happened to be the farthest away from you two, and I wasn't jealous, but I knew what was happening. I didn't know the words you were saying, but I knew what was happening. Just you two just giggling like fucking schoolgirls the entire time. And you guys are just like,
We're like grabbing each other, like and then like when he has to go to sleep or whatever, like in the water chamber, I was all like, "Is this the end of the movie?"
Yeah.
It felt like the end.
It could have been.
It was like, are they leaving us on a cliffhanger? Like that's so insane.
Black Adam 2.
Yeah. Well, of course it's
funny.
going to be.
I know.
I loved it, man. This fucking movie's awesome.
Yeah, wrapping it up, I'd say there's a line between like this movie on the side that I find is like good entertaining film, and on the other side of that line, just under it is Eternals, where it's like boring. I think it's just on the right side of good. Unironically, I think it's passably entertaining. Ironically, movie of the year, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Final word on Black Adam is Shazam.
Wait, Shazam going to little
You
version?
can only
or-
say Shazam.
Yeah, but you say Shazam to get to God tier. You go Shazam. To
Okay,
go
yeah,
normal tier.
Shazam. You say Shazam once to go to
God.
Black Adam, or silenced.
Yeah, you're normal.
Is it a Shazam or is it a?
The bad guy says something else.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
It's like
It's like
the
Sheetar.
opposite.
Double time.
Yeah. I like that there were demons in it.
Okay.
And I really like the little undead guys. Or
Yeah,
they said
skeleton.
they were like he controls demons, but they weren't demons. They
2
were like
minutes of the
skeleton
movie,
men.
skeletons.
Yeah, skeletons
they had
come out of
fireplaces.
the ground.
You know, they had fireplaces in their ribs.
And note that when the kid goes and rallies the crowd, it's like, this is our land. They come out to beat up the skeleton warriors.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Let's go hit some skeletons, because all they did was hit them.
Yes.
And then they kind of just
Fell
that
apart.
was it. Yeah. But they were pretty cute.
Okay.
Yeah. The movie's not good. I don't know who I would say should see it.
These dorks.
Yeah. me.
No. Yeah.
I'm right here.
If you're at home.
This is a Saturday afternoon TBS fucking
Yeah.
banger. Again, I wish this was like 2004. This would have been fucking revolutionary.
Yeah.
Also, to clarify, Justine fell asleep when he became Tiny Rock and had to go to sleep in the water bath.
Yes.
She woke back up once he came out of the water
I
It
was
bath.
sounds,
resurrected.
it sounds like what you're saying, Dylan, is that the movie transported her.
Yeah. She Shazammed up
Okay.
when he Shazammed.
All right. So she really does like it.
Yeah, Justine actually Shazammed.
So Brent, who also likes it, how much do you like it?
Well, as a bald, off-white man who used to go to the gym a lot and had people say, "Oh, what's up, Little Rock? Fuck this movie. Fuck this guy." Like flexing the entire time and have the camera slowly zoom in on his face.
So
like
much
how
flexing.
like half of this movie is him just flexing in his face staring at a statue of
I
himself.
think the real star of this film is back muscles.
Oh god.
Shoulders,
yeah.
traps.
It's
Yeah,
also
traps.
shoes.
Shout out to the one fool wearing Jordan 5s.
Yeah, we couldn't tell what 5. If you
Rep-
know what 5 that
representation.
he was wearing,
Was it her brother?
Yeah,
This
her
movie
brother
was
wearing
made
some
for
5s.
you two.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I assume it's the purple 5 that came out this year, but you can't tell because it's so far.
I know. I have a real dark horse guess, which is the 3M ones.
Yeah,
And all we have to go on is gray to white upper.
I don't think they're gray. I think they're white because they're just dirty.
Anyways, don't do steroids, kids. Dylan, your final
Wait.
verdict.
Brent, is it a Shazam or?
Shazam!
Okay, well that's okay. So we're 3 out of 3 so far. Dylan, you're the fourth one.
I hate you.
Shazam!
Yeah, clearly.
I like how you tried to make your voice deeper because you did that high voice.
Oh, that was you that said that high
Yeah,
voice. It was a dramatic pause, and then you said it, and then I was like, okay.
So
Shazam.
Shazam says Shazam and becomes Shazam.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Adam says Shazam and becomes Black Adam.
Yeah,
and then
well-
all the other kids say Shazam and they each become who knows what
Well,
they're
when the
called.
Council of Wizards ordained the power to those who are worthy, they just got to say it.
Just got
and-
lazy.
Yeah.
Black Adam!
Dang, that's
Hey,
not the word.
what other movies has Time Warner Discovery directed?
Well, Warner Discovery is new.
Yeah.
Warner Discovery is a new director. I think this is Warner Discovery.
It
Did they do
is.
like art house films before this, or
They
Directorial
trusted him so
debut.
much.
Yeah.
Speaking of new directors, our second film of the evening It's a Shocktober Spooktacular. We got Terrifier 2. This is a spooky old horror film. If you didn't like the CG of Black Adam, well, this is good because this is a very practical effects-driven venture. Directed by Damien Leone. Maybe Leon.
Leone.
All right.
It's a sequel
It's a Terrifier 2.
to a movie that didn't come out in theaters.
It was
Yeah.
streaming only.
So it's a theatrical debut
Yeah.
sequel.
It's a story of Art the Clown, new horror icon, who's continues terrorizing this town and group of people. You got a family, and they are troubled by a clown. So first and foremost this is a huge dub for like practical effects. There's no CGI blood, very Lucio Fulci kind of gore. I don't know, that stuff kind of can skirt with like the Trauma-esque cartoonish gore. And I felt like this one was leaned a little more on the Fulci side, but was still had a bit of an absurdist tint to it.
Because it was gory, but the stuff he was doing was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it had a good combination of both.
So where the first one was explicitly just a showcase for a bunch of kill scenes, this one has a semblance of a plot and like characters and stuff. It kind of focuses on this family drama. Single mom, dad passed away, supposedly from mental illness or something. They kind of keep it vague. I've been kind of thinking this about horror movies where it's like you have to make a good movie and then just tack the horror stuff on to make it work. And like, it's weird, but I swear to God, I think this family drama stuff kind of worked for me.
It really read to me like a Goosebumps episode or
Right.
something like that. You just don't get as gory in those, obviously, as
Right.
you can on a big screen.
Yeah. Whereas the first one I thought was boring. I'm kind of impressed with this franchise, if you want to call it that.
If
Because-
you dare supplant The Orphan as like your favorite new franchise with the Terrifier, I'm gonna be upset.
Well, I'm thinking more in terms of like we've been forced some Halloween
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
into our existence. That I was complaining about, like Michael Myers. Why? This is just an excuse to sell more toys to adults. This is just forcing this character onto people. So the Terrifier thing, and that's kind of why I was curious about this franchise, because I see this clown all over the place, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, was this some like Rob Zombie shit? Like, what's going on here? And unlike Michael Myers, unlike Jason, unlike almost any slasher icon, this was like really built from the ground up to be sequelized. You know, for no reason at all. At the end of Terrifier 2, there's like a podcast thing where they start talking about the movie. And this guy's like, yeah, we made Terrifier 1 as kind of a showcase for the character. And we just wanted to see if people liked it. And they liked it. So we had crowdfunded a second movie. And now we have a second one. So it's like, well, this is a super democratic way of doing things. This isn't, hey guys, this is a character and this matters. And we're going to merchandise this character and shove this character down your throat. It's like, do you guys like this? Yeah, we kind of like it. Want to do some more? All right.
I think that was a really good move because the first one is like, okay, yeah, it's kind of boring and
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like a demo.
Yeah, so that's exactly. Because then the next one, it's really polished. They obviously had way more money for effects and stuff, but they didn't go CG or anything. They
Right.
just did a better job of the practical effects that they did in the first one. Yeah, it just looked like they had rehearsed
Yeah.
and then they made a movie.
Well, they also like worked on characterization, I think, because the first movie legitimately has no characters. Actually, that's one of the funny things I think about the first movie is it has like one of the most clear-cut examples of like one man writing dialogue between two women. It's just like those drunk ladies walking down the streets. It's like, that guy at the party was hot. Yeah, but he was gross. Yeah, beer drunk I am. I gotta pee. But this movie, like the mom being the frazzled mess, but not a caricature necessarily. Like I felt that she was like a fucking lady going through a tough time with their family, and
Yeah.
the kids kind of talked natural.
Well, the boys.
Esque.
I mean, yeah, the boy's a nerd, so you kind of have to be like,
Yeah, I mean, and the kid, I don't think anyone that age really should be on camera that much.
yeah. But
so I
that's
kind of
what
give a
even
pass.
made it better. He's awkward.
Clumsy little kid.
Yeah.
You guys sound like the reverse of that SNL skit where it's Fred Armisen, and I forget the actress, but like they're saying something really nice and then they get really quiet.
Oh.
It's like, but you know, I think, but it's like the reverse. You guys are saying like kind of like, oh, then the first one was kind of boring, but you know, I think like the second one might have been actually good.
Look.
So you're telling me that at no point in this 3-hour slog you weren't bored?
That's the really weird thing. Like, I have to look at runtimes and I get really like anxious, like
Okay.
seeing something even nearing two hours. And so this, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Especially after the first one, which was like no plot,
boring, and
free flowing.
Yes, so I was definitely like, what are they even? How are they gonna do this? But I had never seen the Art the Clown until we watched the first Terrifier, right before we watched the second Terrifier. Right. And in the first one, it's like, okay, yeah, he's pretty like recognizable, you know.
David Howard Thornton. He didn't play him during the shorts, during the pre-Terrifier saga, but he plays him in Terrifier, and like he's fucking good, like physically.
He's fine in Terrifier. Yeah, he does some
mime
neat
work
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, but then in the second one, he's just like at 100%.
Yeah,
he's really funny, really expressive, and yeah, he does stuff that with no sound. He gets beat up a bunch, no sound.
Yeah.
He's like laughing about doing horrible things, and it's really funny because he thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
He's really fun to watch on screen. And so I feel like they had enough of him in there where you were never like too far away from him.
I will agree with you that like fantastic character design, love the actor. Now imagine somebody that can actually write and somebody that can actually direct. Imagine what they could do with that. And somebody that understands brevity and somebody that understands how to like stitch things together without having to spend over an hour of screen time just casually zooming in on the props.
I really was thinking about it when it was happening. I was like, I know this movie is long, but what would I cut out of it? I wouldn't cut anything out of it. I don't know.
What?
Like I thought about, I was like, could it be like a mini series?
Who are you?
Not really. I know that like I said, like one of the first things I was like, what would I cut out of this to make the runtime shorter?
All the zoom-ins.
Yeah, but that's like part of the thing.
They're all
Isn't he the
props
guy
and
that does
stuff.
the effects too?
Yeah, he is.
So he's seeing this as like a showcase for the stuff he can do.
And what's weird is he was the editor on the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
but not on the second one. The second one's longer. Usually, you'd think it'd be the
well,
other.
because he had too much work to do for all the effects. So it's like, yeah, this is like his passion is doing these effects, and so of course they're going to get a lot of screen time. But even when you're seeing them, it's impressive. You can't be too mad about taking up a lot of time because it's like, oh yeah, this is
Oh,
like
I can be.
watching.
Look,
Yeah,
do you
but
see
you
me?
know, like thinking about.
I'm wearing
like, it
Colin's
as a-
sleeveless
as a
hoodie.
craft.
I don't know how it got on me, but I'm flexing and just like I'm muscly. It's
Well, you
crazy.
say, well, that's funny. You're wearing my sleeveless anti-hero Black Adam hoodie because when
Can you read the back for me again?
Oh, it says that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe has changed. But speaking of hierarchy of power, that brings me to the next point that I love about this movie, and I don't think I've seen this in another slasher movie, which is a completely universal like power level upgrade to everyone. Like life extends so goddamn far in these movies, and you're used to that. Again, we just watched fucking the Halloween movie, right? Where it's just like, I shot the guy. Okay, finally that's done. Then you look behind. Oh my God, he's gone. Imagine that for absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
Like the mortals who are picked on have the same level of.
So you're saying this might not take place on Earth?
Oh no, it's complete fucking surrealism. Absolutely. And it's super, I mean, yeah, supernatural elements in slasher films are nothing new, but universally supernatural where everyone gets a power upgrade and everyone gets shot and then walks away and comes back. I fucking lost it when this girl's when she's dead. She is dead. And the magical knife that she has lights up, gives her a 1-up, and she comes back.
I love it.
I will 100% say that the third act is bloated. Like, this is a classic
The
bloated third
carnival.
act. The second part where they're at the party, that's when I kind of started to like the movie a lot. Because, like, yeah, these people are kind of fucking realistic people. They're not total caricatures. And that's the other problem, I think, with a lot of, like, retro slashers is like they lean into the kind of campiness of just like, I'm the slut girl and I'm the drug guy. I'm the jock. I'm the mousy girl. Like,
It's too self-referential.
yeah, exactly. And this one's like, you know, the girl that gives the chick Molly, she's not like cartoonishly bad. I understand her motivations. The mom's abusive, but you kind of sympathize with her at the same time. And the abuse is never taken to like extremes.
Abusive?
Yeah, she slaps the kid.
Did
She
she?
yells at him. I don't know. You shouldn't.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh no, my God.
Don't call me a bitch. And then she
Yeah.
felt bad. She felt
Yeah.
remorse after.
Yeah, I mean, that's abuse, but it's human abuse. You know, it's humanistic. It's not, you know, a drunken dad. What the fuck did you do? You know, that
Yeah,
they
it's not
play
black
up all the
phone.
time. And the third act turned into, like, ironically, the superhero movie problem, which is, okay, this is just a fight that just gets gone on forever and
Yeah.
ever. But again, where I can justify that bloated third act, it's kind of like making its point. Here's inhumanly strong people that just get fucked up beyond any semblance of rationality.
And further extends that anyone can get it.
Anyone can
They're
get it.
literally whipping a kid.
Yes, the gimmick, if you will, in the first Terrifier movie is like you're following a girl, but they're giving you a girl that is like by all structure and formula intended to be the final girl, you know. But she does get murked like midway through the movie, like after 3 or 4 people. And you're like, well, what the? Anyone can fucking get it. The other thing they do, this is also great. The clown just like shoots people with a gun.
See, really
so
weirdly,
fucking amusing to
like
me.
it's pretty funny in the first one because it's like, what? Now he has a gun? That's ridiculous. I will say, I don't know if this is like a recent thing or if it's just what I've noticed because I never really watched a lot of movies like this before. It made me uncomfortable. The dream scene where he like shoots up the set.
Yeah.
Like, show me a slasher guy, show me a killer guy, like stabbing people and whatever, ripping people in half, sawing people in half, whatever.
Right.
But a guy just using a gun to shoot up a bunch of people, it does not play well. Maybe not anymore or something, but it's a really uncomfortable thing to see.
I mean, it's supposed to feel yucky. The whole thing is supposed to feel yucky.
It's a different feeling. Blow him up, set him on fire like that one, the clown lady. But I
So
don't
you would
that.
redo that scene?
Yeah, it seemed a little bit to me like, are you just being edgy for edgy's sake? The rest of it is so like, it's like artsy gore, the rest of it. And then this scene is kind of like.
I didn't get that. You know, that's really interesting because I didn't get that feel that it was like trying to be edgy in that scene at all. Whereas I felt that other parts were.
He stabs a chick up and pours salt
you know
on
what?
and bleach on her. You're like, the gun violence.
Yeah, because it's not realistic. The girl is scalped and skinned, and she's crawling around, and he comes back upstairs all jolly with like ammonia and salt, and then rubs it in her.
Salt
She's
in the
still
wound.
alive after that.
Conscious moving
In
around.
front of her mom, he's like carving her up on the bed.
Yeah, puppeteers her.
Yeah, and then like, hey, and then she's still alive. So yeah, that's silly, you know.
Cartoonish.
Yeah, and so all of it is when you're seeing all this like ridiculous stuff happening, and you're like, okay, this is over the top and silly. But shooting up a room full of kids and people is like, this is not over the top. This
But
is just shooting a bunch of people.
That's still different than the little handgun that he uses to like
yeah,
kill the mom.
no, that's what I'm saying. That's like funny because it's all this is out of character for a slasher.
I think that's why it's in there.
That's why that makes sense. But that other one, it doesn't. And I tried to kind of think of it like, was this just a nightmare that she had? So maybe that could account for why it was so different feeling. But nah, it doesn't feel like it.
Dylan, much like our titular character, Art the Clown, you've been very silent.
Oh, he's miming. Look at
He's
that.
doing a bit.
Man, you're really good at that. How did you get all that grease paint on from the last time I looked at you?
Who are you talking to? It's a little girl bouncing around? But I don't see
Oh,
her.
they're
But
playing
you see
patty
He's
cake.
playing patty cake. He's playing patty cake with
That's
no
weird
one,
because he didn't mute
apparently.
the claps. That's kind of weird.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
Goes into the laundry mat.
Yeah, to wash his clothes.
Yeah, and then interacting with this little girl, and then you notice that there's nobody there. It's
Yeah.
cool, but then she's real. So
Well, no,
I
I
don't know.
think, and this is like fan theory stuff. There's some connection with Art the Clown and this family, and that's why
Yeah.
the family members can see the little girl.
Man, if only they had more time in the movie to flesh that out.
They don't want to tell you any.
Yeah, Terrifier 3.
This is like self-referential in a good way, which is like, oh yeah, we botch these fucking things when we tell you too much about the monsters. So we're gonna pepper some shit in, but basically not tell you anything. In the interview after the credits of the movie, he's like, yeah, I saw a lot of girls cosplaying Art the Clown, so I was like, why not give him a girl character? So I invented a girl character for him to cosplay. Boom. You mentioned the budget on this. I was shocked to see this was $250,000.
This one was?
Yeah.
And Terrifier 1 was 100.
100,000 versus.
That's crazy.
I know. They do a lot with that fucking
Again,
budget, I think.
if you're not doing computer stuff,
Yeah,
you can do a lot.
I guess. Or you're your own special effects guy, so you're paying yourself kind
Plus,
of.
my uncle Jimmy owns a
that's
rundown amusement park, so we got that for free.
Yeah.
As a guy that watched the Terrifier movie, like around the time it came out, and I think it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like on Netflix. There might have been a DVD, but I only knew it from streaming.
Right.
And I was always just like, okay, that's fine. Like, I don't care.
Right.
And then going into this, I was like, 2.5 hours. Fuck, it's gonna be long as hell. I don't know. It was like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I get it was like supposed to feel like some like 80s. I was like, fuck, this is gonna be very like Stranger Things. It wasn't that because they were like, here's a cell phone. I'm calling my mom on a cell phone. It's like, okay, fair enough. The sword thing where she gets that one up.
Yeah.
I never said this out loud, but it's very if you ever get deep into like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it had a ton of those vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Dream
even
Warrior
even
stuff.
the
Yeah.
even
for
the
sure.
dreams like when she was having those
Yeah, it was
nightmares.
heavy.
So art is like almost like it's supposed to be a Freddy.
Absolutely.
In the first one, they don't really talk about shit like that.
He just seems
Yeah.
like some.
Yeah, he's just
deranged
killing.
Guy.
Yeah, he's a guy in a warehouse and people go in the warehouse.
Yeah, and then this one is very like, here's a mystical entity that's just gonna kill people.
But the people can also get mystical things.
Yeah.
Everyone is just alive for way
Well, I was
too
gonna
long.
say, I guess that girl from the first movie, the one with the messed up
Oh,
face.
yeah.
She's alive still, and she
Yeah.
gives.
Birth to his head.
Yeah. Spoilers. Sorry.
Oh god, yeah, and they put jackass Chris Jericho's in.
come
I think
on,
where
he
they lost me
was
is
good in
like they start off and it has a certain tone, like Maniac or
Right.
it's set in New York, right? So I was like, oh, this might be like a sleazy, grimy, old Times Square type movie. And then it just it totally changed to like the family drama, which you seem to like. So I wasn't into that aspect because it was just kind of long. And
Yeah. Oh, again, just comparing it to like the first movie where we basically saw the movie without that stuff and we saw it with it. It's like Lucky Charms. It's the fucking, the cereal part versus the marshmallows,
Yeah.
which are the gore stuff.
Did people walk out of your showing?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah. No. Everyone.
We lost
if,
like over
If
half
anyone
an
walked
hour.
out, they came back because they just went to the bathroom.
Oh, there was those fucking fools behind us that were all sleepy.
Well, one of them was sleepy,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Wake up! I'm fucking tired." Ugh. Hey, stop fucking yawning. I'm fucking sorry. I'm just tired.
They were chatting the whole time, though. There's a lot of like, shit, she fucked up.
Dude,
That guy-
fuck, that's so fucking gross. A lot of that talk.
fucking tired, man.
Fuck.
But they were there the whole time.
Yeah, they were enjoying it.
But like what we've been saying, this is such a light season for horror movies. Like
Yeah.
the Halloween movie seems to not be doing great with
Reviews
Funko
anyway,
Pop
yeah.
collectors or
Yeah.
whatever. That Smile movie has done astonishingly well, I
Doing
think,
numbers, yeah.
just on account of not being horrifically bad and being a horror movie and existing. There's no fucking competition. So it's like, yeah, run Terrifier 2. I mean, I'm sure Barbarian is getting a goddamn bump, and that movie was fucking months old at this point.
I hope it is.
It should be, yeah. Barbarian is better
Good
than any of
movie.
these movies we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, motherfuckers need to put out more horror movies right now. Like the
They
demand
messed
is-
up. I think they
the
were
demand
afraid to
is
go up
here.
against Halloween Ends.
And even if Halloween Ends did like great and it was like a bunch of buzz and hype
There's
around
30
it,
other days in October.
fucking A. Jesus Christ. Again, Smile is just fucking gobbling
it's
up your dollars.
overperforming.
Terrifier
Yeah.
2 will gobble up your dollars just because there's not many other options, I guess.
We do have that Possessed movie,
Yeah, that's
but that's like Halloween Day. It's like, why would you watch that on Halloween Day?
Oh my
Right.
god.
yeah, the hype is going to be over 2 days after it opens.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who cares? I get
So-
scared though.
Wrapping it up, Terrifier 2. Are we going to crowdfund this or are we going to pass? Me? I'm going to be in the thanks list at the end of the movie for giving them money because I think they did a really enjoyable job. Enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna crowdfund it. I'm gonna go to the next showing in my cosplay that I'm gonna spend a long time on.
Are you going to go as the deranged little girl or are you going to go as Art?
Or are you gonna go as the
No,
warrior
I'm
girl?
gonna go as the warrior girl.
That's fucking hard. Brent?
I'll go ahead and cover the whole thing. Executive proof this motherfucker. However, my only stipulation is that the writer director needs to be fired and replaced with an actual talent. I swear to God, like this character and that actor, absolutely love them.
Yeah.
But I can't stand the
Fucking
writer and I
maniac.
can't stand the director. I think it's not even like a one-trick pony. It's just like a stillborn pony. Not into it.
Art the Clown again, just to give him extra shout out. David Howard Thornton.
Okay.
Banger.
Yeah.
For this one. Before that, it was Mike Gianelli. If you
The
see
David
him
guy,
in-
like the choices he made in
yeah,
the portrayal, really good.
super fucking good.
That was it for me for the movie. Everything else.
And
I was
when he
like,
hands out the fucking, he rips that lady's head off, fills it up with candy, and hands it out to kids.
I like that he breaks into the girl's house and then he goes to the kitchen and drinks a glass of water.
Jesus
And he's
Christ.
like, "All right, time to kill."
Dylan,
classic. Yeah.
crowdfunding.
I'll crowdfund, then I'll jump on the Terrifier ride.
Whoa, you're gonna. Well, extra
I hate
credit.
it. I'm fucking scared.
You weren't.
No, I wasn't freaking out, and this is why I think I liked it a lot. It wasn't as like jump scary
Yeah.
as all these other movies that I've been
Right.
like forced to watch.
Who forced you to watch him?
heavy metal.
Yeah,
Basically.
Heavy metal.
like legitimately.
Forced
Yeah.
me
Slayer's
to
like
watch it.
like Slayer's like, hey, you're gonna go ahead and watch Emily Rose, and they're gonna just fucking scream at you like randomly. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So give
Got it,
me
yeah.
the
sick.
Insidious films. I'm fucking annoyed, but I'll watch them. Whatever. Slipknot's playing in the background.
Yeah, it's part of the culture.
Respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just have to do it
Did TSOL's Code Blue send you anywhere?
to the theater to watch Suburbia over and over
There you
again. Come on, essential punker fool viewing. Let's not just blame the metalheads. You know, the punker fools got Return of the Living Dead, which is
Oh, so
True.
much.
we watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 recently.
But it's a very punkerful.
Yeah, Cramps and Oingo Boingo on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
There's some other like denim and leather metal.
Yeah, because
Oh,
punkers
okay.
also get killer clowns.
That's true.
See?
Shout out to Dickies.
Yeah. Metalheads, we got Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Nightmare on Elm Street's for the metalheads. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Ooh, shit. Okay.
Saw.
Tie for like legit metal scenes in horror movies. In Demons, during Accepts Fast as a Shark is playing, and that fool rides a motorcycle through a theater and chops off zombie heads.
Yeah.
And then in Night of the Demons, that the Morbid Angels on the soundtrack, and then I think the demon lady does like a strip dance to it, and then her boobs like grab a guy's hands and he,
Yeah.
like eats her. While fucking I think Lord of Emptiness is playing. It's so fucking dumb.
Is Zombie with no E, the Italian zombie metal one?
Fuck yeah.
I will say this about Terrifier 2. Sorry, I forgot. Bringing it all back.
Right.
I do like the fact that every movie that someone's watching is some black and white, like Plan 9,
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
Chris Jericho's watching fucking Plan 9 from outer space.
I was like, hell yeah.
Grown up.
He gets it.
Okay, what do you got for us today, Brian?
All right. In recent installments of the news, we've talked about the woes over at director Time Warner Discovery's house. Today, we're going to talk about the other end of the spectrum. NBC Universal CEO Jeff Shell is flaunting their success. In an interview with CNBC, Shell cited being pleased with the company's film business in 2022, highlighting the hybrid release model above all else. So this year alone, they've seen an uptick in paid subscribers of Peacock. That's $120 million in extra revenue per year, which makes investors very, very happy. They, of course, also had 3 movies in the top 10 box office so far this year as standalones with Jurassic World Dominion, Minions: The Rise of Gru, and Nope. Halloween Ends is strong in spite of horrible reviews. The box office opening was at $40 million. If Halloween Ends can top Halloween Kills, which grossed $92 million domestically and $132 million worldwide, then the hybrid method could be here for quite a while. Were you guys tempted to watch Halloween Ends at home, or did you want to go to the theater?
With an unlimited pass, yeah, this is for sure a theater movie. Because I know I wouldn't pay attention to it at home. Because we watched Halloween Kills at home and watched like a third of it maybe.
Yeah, but that was legit like boring nonsense.
That was a bad movie. But horror movies in general, I think it's nice to see with a crowd.
Yeah, horror and
see everyone-
action stuff. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I'll watch a movie.
in general.
Yeah.
And people want to go to the theater, and all you have to do is not fuck it up, and they'll watch your shit. You know, like you're supposed to make a good fucking movie, but when they put out some fucking convoluted gibberish like Doctor Strange or milk toast like Jurassic World, people will go still. And they'll maybe make some money or something. When you actually do something fucking that people like, they'll go to see it. And I don't think it's hurt really by streaming. And I think probably it's helped just by way of spreading word of mouth, you know?
Oh, God, I can't remember who told me this. A wise person told me, just, man, never be afraid to go to where your customers actually are.
Yeah.
Just go wherever the audience is. If everybody's on iTunes, go to iTunes.
Right.
If something else comes up, and sure enough, plenty more came up, go there. And like once you kind of just actually service the customer and how they consume what media, whether it be film, music, or anything else, I mean, you're going to be fine. People that, you know, would watch it at home are still going to watch it at home. And then the people that are going to go to the theater are still going to go to the theater. And if it's a good movie, like you said, more incentive to go to the theater. But so to have that option, I would argue is good.
Yeah.
You know, whereas like Time Warner Discovery, you know, the hot new director, they're blaming their bad movies on
Right,
streaming happening concurrent with the theatrical release.
I feel like they're kind of getting their footing with this streaming and theatrical releases at the same time. And I think that they'll kind of get more comfortable with it and stop spending so much on movies that they're going to be doing both for, or aren't going to be something like, no, people should really watch this in the theater. So you want to like HD it so that people can watch it in the theater. Be more reasonable about your budget for these things that are kind of going to be both, you know?
Yeah, dude, fuck these fucking companies. Just don't spend as much goddamn money.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be
exactly.
spending the GDP of a third world nation on a fucking on a goddamn Eternals movie.
Yeah,
Just
so
stop
then,
that
and
shit.
then that really should take the pressure off of them too, where it's like, well, we spent $250 million making this movie. We need to make a ton of money, you know? Where it's like, well, just spend normal money, spend a normal amount of money, and then do more stuff. Like that's one of the Netflix things. Like everyone like make fun of it for greenlighting everything. And it's like, yeah, but they cast a wide net, you know, and they put
Yeah,
out a
and
bunch of stuff.
They don't cost $150 million to make
Exactly.
that shit.
A lot of Return of the Jedi scenery was just painted. That's part of the magic.
And as a mark ass mark, they in all those new Star Wars shit, they'll get me every time because they'll put some fucking little puppet in the foreground of like a desert scene, and it'll pop its head up and look around and go off screen, and it's like works every time.
Keeping it seasonal, Elvira just released her top 5 women-led horror movies of all time list. Would anybody like to venture a guess as to what will be on her top 5?
Alien.
No.
The birds.
No.
Smile. The Halloween ends.
Oh, yeah, I guess you'd have to put Halloween in there, right?
It's not on the list.
Damn, it's Michael Myers led. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, what counts then?
I married an axe murderer.
No.
Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, is Jennifer's body in it? Oh, fuck.
No.
Plan 9. Hold on, I'll get it.
Okay.
Aliens.
No.
No. Alien 3.
No. You just keep naming Alien.
Well, I just want to see if you
Aliens v Predator.
What's the latest decade that?
So I'm going to give you the dates. The number 1 is 1976. Number 2 is 1936. Number 3 is 1968.
36.
Number 4 is 1973. And number 5 is 1958.
So hecka old.
Fucking Casablanca.
What did you say, Colin?
Rosemary's Baby.
That's number 3.
Oh.
What's
The
30s
Exorcist.
one?
Exorcist number 4.
That's woman.
Reagan.
Linda Blair.
Yeah.
See, I would have thought that the priest was the protagonist
Sure.
of Exorcist.
Yeah.
But everybody talks about the iconic Linda Blair
but,
performance.
you know,
so maybe that's where
If
that's coming
Alien
from.
isn't,
give me the years again.
Okay, so now we've got 1976, 1936, and 1958.
13 Ghosts.
Think about
House on the
seven-
Haunted Hill.
I don't know how old anything is like pre
Dracula.
80s.
I don't
know.
understand how years
Dracula?
work.
Curse of the Spider Woman.
Yeah.
Dylan, keep working on that concept with the Dracula thing.
Oh, okay,
'Cause
hold
you
on.
got you got roughly half of a title. What's the other half? Dracula's
Cat.
There's a Dracula.
You're just looking at things around the room.
Dracula's daughter.
Is it
that
Dracula's,
Dracula's
daughter?
Daughter is a movie, and that is number 2.
Oh.
It is a female vampire movie, obviously, that cleverly worked in lesbian overtones.
I mean, that's,
Yeah, that's Dracula's
And that's
Daughter.
36 movie?
1936. That's the number 2. So
what's
you
76?
Yeah.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack
Oh,
of the...
Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
That's number 5.
Oh,
1958.
okay,
Allison
okay.
Hayes and Yvette Vickers.
So what's the 76
hold on.
one?
76 is number 1.
We'll figure it out. Hold
Yep. You're gonna get there.
on. So it's not Halloween. It's not Alien.
Nope.
It's not Aliens. Hold on, we'll get
It's a
it.
bicentennial, Dylan. Come on.
Oh, it's Bicentennial Man.
I need a hand.
Okay. I'll give you. She's not the lead, but she's been in a ton of Scream Queen roles. You got Nancy Allen in the movie. This is 1976. You want the lead?
No, just tell me the.
Give me the lead. I'll figure it out right now.
Dylan really likes guessing games. This is something you have to know him for.
Sissy
a long time.
Spacek.
Who?
Oh, Carrie.
Oh, okay.
Boom. There you go.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
This is a fucking trash list.
Now shut
Yeah,
up.
it's not that great.
Damn.
Shut up. This is
You
good.
trying to go in on Elvira?
Yeah,
In
she
this
gets
house?
it. She watches.
I know
movies.
Well,
this is your
apparently
house,
she
but-
stopped watching movies before the 80s. So,
Well, all right. What would you put on this list then, Justine?
Orphan 2.
Hell yeah,
Fucking
respect.
A.
All right.
Smile.
Yeah,
Halloween.
and you just won me back.
Smile. Halloween ends.
You know what? I spent a lifetime worshiping Elvira. That's over. She didn't put Orphan on this.
American Psycho 2.
Wow. Wow. Would you guys like to play a round of Maltin real
I'd
quick?
love to.
Okay. Movie number 1 in Maltin Movie Masters. Let's see if you can pick up this week's theme. So I'm going to pick a random one from the middle of the book, hint. So here's your description. Ambitious but none too bright Miami bodybuilder and trainer teams up with a fellow workout enthusiast and a beefy ex-con to snag his piece of the American dream,
damn
to
it.
which he feels entitled by kidnapping and robbing an obnoxious fat cat who's one of his clients. Needless to say, these inept criminals' plans go completely awry. Starts out as irreverent comedy in typically adrenaline-charged Michael Bay fashion, then turns incredibly ugly as its characters get scummier by the minute. Yuck. Based on a true story documented by journalist Pete Collins.
I can't remember the fucking name of
You know
this
what's
movie
fucked up? I
with a
can
gun
name the
against my
actors,
head.
but I cannot
Exactly.
name the movie.
Exactly.
Don't fucking remember the movie's title.
It's such a dumb name. It's like
I know.
You know what's up?
heavy lifting.
So it can't,
Should've called that
it
movie
can't
Heavy
be
Lifting.
American because American would be up here.
Buff
Nope, that B is B's up here.
lifting crime.
It looks like the P.
You are astute. Keep going with that.
Penis crime.
That is
I
nothing
know
for
it's
me.
fucked. Seen this one in the theaters.
Fuck, what's it called? You wanna see who can name the most actors?
Okay, you have 14 options for actors.
Go ham.
Ah, damn it, I forgot the guy's name. So there's The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's Mark Wahlberg, and then there's Monk, and I can't remember that guy's name right now.
Oh, Tony Shalhoub.
yeah.
That's
What's that
50-50.
movie called? It's gonna piss me off. It's like playing
Playing for keeps.
paying it forward.
Pain.
Painful
Things.
pain and gain.
Yeah!
Oh fuck, okay.
Pretty sure it was actually called Painful.
Amazing.
Painful games. Pain and gain.
Pain and Gain, 2013. Your director was Michael Bay. You've got Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Anthony Mackie, Ed Harris, Tony Shalhoub. Our boy Maltin gives that 1.5 stars.
That would be fun.
What an idiot. Not you, but Molten.
All right. Next description. Sequel to 2009 hit has America's elite fighting unit ambushed in Afghanistan. Only a few warriors survive and return home, where they must learn who is in the highest levels of U.S. government sanction their sabotage. It's probably villain name, posing as the President of the United States. Juvenile comic book storytelling is punctuated by lots of action for its target audience of adolescent boys. Others may find it pretty tiresome. Alternate version runs 122 minutes.
Damn, I can't think of the
I think-
subtitle for the second.
I
You've
think-
got-
yeah.
So you've got 14 possible actors, and you do have a subtitle.
I can name two, and I think I can name the
subtitle?
subtitle.
Ooh, Colin, where you at? Unfortunately for Justine, it is bro night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I recognize the theme, and I
God
think I'm
damn
not gonna
it.
do very well.
You can
you
do
got?
subtitle. If you have subtitle, you have me beat.
It's G.I. Joe 2,
What's this to?
Revelation. Is it not Revelations?
No.
Resurgence.
Retribution.
No.
Independence Day.
Damn close.
Rorpian King.
Absolutely.
Rock. Yeah.
Is it Reckoning?
No.
That's it. What? That's not it?
No.
The Rockening.
No.
Oh, damn it. I don't think
G.I.
Army
Joe 2 Army.
Army Edition. The
G.I. Joe 2 Reserves.
You guys aren't even trying.
Reanimated.
Recognizance.
Re-ammoed.
Let me read you the.
G.I. Joe 2 Regunned.
I'm going to insist.
Redeployed.
I'm going to insist on rereading the description.
Deployed. Should be that. Why would they fuck that up?
This description might help you with the name.
Bro, these G.I. Joe movies are fucking good. I don't give a fuck. I wish they made more.
Sequel to 2009 hit has America's elite fighting unit ambushed in Afghanistan. So they're ambushed, right? Yes. Only a few warriors survive. So they need to do something, right? And they return home, where they must learn who...
Oh, returns.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Who in the highest levels of the U.S. government sanction their sabotage? It's probably archvillain, we'll say it, Zartan, posing as the President of the United States. Juvenile comic book storytelling is punctuated by lots of action for its target audience of adolescent boys, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so if you're...
Revenge.
Okay, keep going on that. What's a synonym?
Restitution?
Close.
I think that's too big of a word for a G.I. Joe fan.
G.I. Joe reparations. It's like fucking a roadblock. Roadblock is your main character. He's
Rise.
real.
Risen. Ring.
What's the fucking name of the movie? I've seen
No, man, think about, hey, man, they shot at us. We got to get,
Revenge.
Retaliation.
boom, retaliation.
I thought I swear we said that. Go back to the tape.
Who can name me the most amount of actors?
Shit,
Name two.
You got two?
Yeah, that's one more than I could.
All right.
Fuck. It's shit.
Oh, I thought you was ahead.
No. We just like those movies.
I know.
There's just people in it, really.
Yeah.
It's literally like action figures just
There's
showing
Snake
up.
Eyes.
Yeah, Snake
okay.
Eyes is definitely in it.
Let's make it real
It's a Snake
interesting.
Eyes.
Let's make it real interesting. There is a rapper in this cast.
It's not ludicrous.
No.
It's
not Ludacris?
no, that's Fast and Furious. It's
Wait, this isn't a Fast and Furious?
it might as well be, just with armies.
Yeah.
The rapper,
I don't need the rapper. You said you can give me two. Give me two.
Channing Tatum and The Rock.
So you also had Bruce Willis in this one.
Why?
DJ Katrona.
Oh, I thought it was
DJ Academics.
RZA.
Oh, Riz is in it.
Riz
Fuck, I
is in
forgot.
it.
That's the one he's in.
Yes, exactly.
Damn it.
Retaliation?
Retaliation. Your next description. Okay. Big muscle cop persuades other character to come out of cushy retirement by showing him that another character who supposedly died is still alive and working for arch villain in London. When that character that he was talking to agrees, so does his family, and the game is on. Large-scale, globe-hopping action yarn not only asks, but demands that you check your brains at the door. Delivers the kind of spectacular driving and fights that series fans expect, but relies too much on impossible stunts.
Black Adam.
I know exactly.
I'll give you the year, 2013.
13?
Yes, sir.
This is all Dylan's world, man.
Are you
I'm
sure?
so on the
15
outside.
actors, 2013.
Because I sworn that is the plot to FNF 8. That's like way later.
I don't think that's in the book.
That is like literally the plot for that movie.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like they just keep rehashing it.
It's the same fucking movie.
It's not Fast 6?
Dylan, is that your official guess?
2013, yeah, is it 6? I like to guess it's Fast 6.
Correct. How many actors can you name?
You got Paul Walker. That's like his last one, right?
Yeah. I
So
don't
it's
know.
Paul Walker,
dude.
Vin Diesel, The Rock, Tyrese, Ludacris, the girl from Games of Thrones.
Woo!
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Here we go. We're gonna see who's got the goods here.
What's the score?
There's no
Zero
score.
to
Oh, there's no score.
Oh,
Here's the
it's just
score.
a fucking-
Justine loses.
Yeah.
Rock.
That's
No,
the name of this
yeah.
game.
All right, all
Here's the
right,
thing
I-
is-
I like this game though. It's really making me think which fucking Fast and Furious movie you're explaining. Yeah.
Okay, this description. Main character returns home after 8 years in the service and learns that the town is owned, lock, stock, and barrel by an old schoolmate who's opened a casino. With the help of a 4x4 and a trusted friend, he determines to set things straight. Buford Pusser is nowhere in sight, but his vigilante break everything in sight spirit lives on in this Yahoo action yarn based on a 1973 hit, followed by 2 direct-to-video sequels. The year is 2004. 9 possible actors.
Yeah, I think I can name 2
And the movie?
and the movie.
Okay, Colin? If you're paying attention at any point today, you might be able to nail this.
No, I'm out.
Okay, Justine?
Apparently, I didn't know The Rock was an actor before. Like,
That's amazing.
Yes.
He was in 93 films, and I'm not joking.
Damn, respect. And none of them have been bad so far. It's a crazy.
It's pretty
thing.
nuts, huh?
I don't think I've seen a bad rock movie, like dead ass.
Do you see Be Cool?
No.
It's a good one.
I haven't seen it, but it's good.
Yeah.
The
All right.
short-
All right,
cinematic
Dylan's gonna hit
universe.
us with the title and give us 2 actors for a decisive
Is
win
it,
on this one.
isn't it Walking Tall?
It is.
The Rock.
Yes.
And then isn't it Eric Roberts? Or
That
is it
does
someone
not
else?
check.
I know the kid from The Holes is in it. Zero, but I can't remember that kid's name right now.
All right,
Oh,
there is a cast member from Jackass in this movie.
Oh, Johnny Knoxville.
Boom, Dylan's got it.
I forgot.
All
It's been
right,
a long time.
last one, because this can go on all night with 93 movies. When an unpopular hockey player nicknamed Title for his habit of knocking out opponents' part of body does a bad deed to a kid, his penance is to actually become a title of movie for a week. Under the tutelage of head title of movie and gadget guy in a brief cameo spewing groaner borscht belt style jokes, macho lead actor dons a tutu, sprouts wings, and gets his comeuppance. Uninspired screenplay and routine performances fail to make this worth even the dollar the lead actor leaves under the pillow. Though it's always nice to see another actor, followed by a DVD sequel.
I know the movie.
Yeah, I know the movie.
Okay.
And one actor.
Yeah.
There are 9 possible actors. In order to break the deadlock, I will say that there is a skateboarder in the movie.
Why are we trying to break a tie? Dylan's got fucking 20 movies that he's named.
I can name the movie. I think I can name 2.
It's just Tooth Fairy, right?
Yeah, it's the
Definitely.
Fairy.
And it's got The Rock and who?
Oh fuck, what's the kid's name? Because he
Yeah,
went
you
to my
got it.
school. It's not Cole.
Did you know the
Elliot?
Did you know it was Tooth Fairy, Justine?
Yes.
Fuck, what's
Because I remember
You're a
The
cineph-
Rock in a tutu.
Yeah, you're a cinephile as well. That was like one of his early movies too, right?
I'm gonna put,
Okay,
like,
there was a comedian in it, you said?
yeah, there's a comedian in it that's like known mainly for like his work in the 80s. You've got a skateboarder.
Eddie Murphy.
This is a wash.
Okay.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Is it Gilbert Gottfried?
Stick with that. Keep thinking about that.
I wish I could name that kid.
It's going to bother you when I read it.
Who's the
isn't it?
80s comedian? Oh, fucking Billy Crystal.
Yeah, Billy
Damn
Crystal's
it.
in
That's
this.
what I was
He does a
trying to
cameo. The skateboarder is sponsored by Red Bull.
Ryan Sheckler?
Correct. Is your boy named Chase Ellison?
Yes.
perhaps? Yeah.
That's why I was like, I was like
Saved it
Elliot.
for
I was like
last.
Elliot. I was like, fuck. I know it's
Chase
like
is a fucking child actor ass name.
Yeah, no, he went to my school.
All right. Shout out to our boy Leonard Maltin for another night of
Screaming,
Dylan.
yelling.
Go ahead and take
Anger.
us out.
Hello, viewer. I want to play a game. You just listened to this week's episode of Black Adam and Terrifier 2. Now, you can join us on a trip to paradise. That's right. We got tickets to paradise. Then, you're going to have to get possessed and pray before the devil. I'm kind of scared for that. But that's okay, because you're going to have to get the devil out of you. Anyway, see you next time.